that every step he takes, then he has a hard night. It's a long night for him. Ian Garry can do that. Ian Garry can do that against Belal. He's really good at it. He utilizes his kicks very, very well.
Bigger example of a grappler versus a striker than this one. Ian Garry, of course, he does have takedowns. He took down Michael Venom Page.
It's going to be a better statement just because Ian talks so much, so it's going to make it that much sweeter when I shut his mouth and then I put him to sleep. So I just got to put one of those performances on. And I've only fought in Abu Dhabi twice. So both those fights have been finishes and bonuses. So I plan on doing the same thing at Qatar.
Belal, learn from your last loss and never, ever, ever try and stand and bang with me.
Both my boys, I was Belal, but both my brothers, man. Like Belal is my brother, man. And I love Ian. He is my dog, bro. Me and him been close for years. Edge, you got to go with the edge, though. The edge has to go to the champion, just for the former champion. I mean, once a champion, always a champion. You know what I mean? So if I don't, I'm not gonna throw the former in there when I'm addressing the champion. I'm addressing the champion.
A UFC legend just broke down this matchup, and his prediction has fans absolutely losing their minds. Robert Whittaker, breaking down the matchup, pointed out that Ian Garry holds a clear technical edge over Belal Muhammad and could turn this fight into a nightmare for him. In Whittaker's eyes, Garry's exceptional use of range and kicks gives him a major advantage, and he even made a surprising prediction. Not only does he see Ian beating Belal, but he believes Garry will take him down as well.
I'm going to go with Ian Garry. I think Jack really highlighted that if you just fight the takedowns, he's not Islam. If you fight the takedowns, don't let him get settled. You have the cardio to back yourself, and you can beat him in the striking. You give him different looks to make him hesitant to close that space, because he's a pressure fighter. He wants to pressure you. In order for him to do that, he has to be walking you down. If you make him pay for every space, for every step he takes, then he has a hard night. It's a long night for him. Ian Garry can do that. Ian Garry can do that against Belal. He's really good at it. He utilizes his kicks very, very well. I think Ian, he's my pick for this one.
Furthermore, Robert Whittaker added that Ian Garry's resume is far more impressive than Belal Muhammad's. Looking back at Belal's previous fights, he noted that many of Belal's opponents allowed him to close the distance and never really kept the fight at a strong kickboxing range. In contrast, Whittaker pointed out that Garry's opponents and his wins clearly show how skilled he is, not just in kickboxing, but in applying constant pressure. And in Whittaker's view, that is exactly what could turn this matchup into a nightmare for Belal.
I think Garry's resume, though, is also, I think it's impressive.
It is.
Like Belal fought guys, they're really, really good, okay? But Edwards is hit or miss for me sometimes, depending on the type of game. If you want that kickboxing fight, he's the most dangerous guy on the planet. But if you just pressure him down and make him uncomfortable, it's a fight he can handle. Burns, that was like his third fight in 4 months or something, wasn't it? And he hurt his shoulder early on in the fight. Luque, Brady, Wonder Boy's on his way out. Like, Garry has fought Shavkat, the next rising prospect. Prates, dude, just stoned.
On the other hand, Belal Muhammad isn't bothered by any of these predictions. In his recent interview, he made it clear that he plans to beat Ian Garry and take him down. Even on the feet, Belal explained how he expects the fight to play out, saying Ian will spend most of the rounds running and relying on light jabs that won't matter once Belal closes the distance. He believes that when that moment comes, he'll get his hands on Garry, drag him down, and control the fight. Belal acknowledged that Ian has faced tough opponents before, but promised that stepping in against him will silence all of Garry's claims.
Honestly, for me, it's I think Ian's going to try to run around the whole first round. But then by the end of the first round, his little point jabbing is not going to work. Then I'm going to grab a hold of him. I'm going to take him down. I'm going to let him back up just because I want to show him that I could take you down if I want to. And then I'm going to outbox him because he said he could outstrike me. He thinks he's a pretty striker. He's been in there with some great strikers, right? He's been there with MVP. He's been there with Shavkat. He's been there with Prates. And none of the guys finished him. So for me, it's finishing him on the feet, and then reminding everybody who I am.
At the same time, things on Ian Garry's side are not any softer. In one of his recent videos, he delivered a brutal warning to Belal Muhammad. Ian stated that he's going to box Belal's ears off, and when the right moment comes, he'll show him exactly what he's capable of, and all the talk will end right there. He claimed Belal will get finished early, and it won't just be a bad night for him, but the worst night of his career.
I am going to box the ears off you because I'm the best in this division, hands down. Belal, learn from your last loss and never, ever, ever try and stand and bang with me.
Nevertheless, the predictions keep coming, and Beneil Dariush also weighed in. He praised Belal Muhammad as one of his favorite fighters, noting that people still don't give him the credit he deserves. Dariush explained that with Belal's cardio and improving striking, he believes Belal will win this matchup. However, he also admitted he wouldn't be surprised if Ian Garry ended up taking the victory either.
That's a tough one. I really like Belal, man. I know the people aren't big fans of Belal, but I really like Belal, so I hope he wins. But I could definitely see Garry winning that fight. But I think Belal, with his awesome cardio and just his ability to grind through.
Jamahal Hill also weighed in with his breakdown of the fight. Acknowledging that both fighters bring a unique set of skills, he highlighted the key factors that could pave the way for their victory. In his view, Ian Garry's patience is exceptional. He doesn't rush until the opportunity is right. Hill noted that Ian systematically breaks down his opponents before moving in to finish them. On the other hand, Belal, despite having a great level of patience, doesn't lunge as effectively. However, if he can maintain distance and keep the fight on his feet, Hill believes Belal might have the edge to secure the win.
Ian's timing and his patience is what I could see. As long as Belal is equally as patient, I mean, I think he could kind of know if I. But Ian is patient, bro. He'll just wait. He'll just wait. He'll get in position that he wants to be in, and to wait until you show him what he wants to see, and then he'll crack you. You know what I mean? As long as, that's the thing. But yeah, Belal just can't lunge and the overreaching. I mean, the reaching whenever he's like, as long as he don't do that, if he stays close and he stays in tight and he makes him fight in a small pocket and box, and then makes him like do what he does, you know what I mean? Belal wins that fight, I think, maybe.
Then came Michael Bisping, who analyzed the fight and called it one of the best matchups for MMA fans, featuring a world-class grappler facing a world-class striker. He went on to say that Ian Garry has excellent takedown ability, as he demonstrated against Michael Page, but noted that getting a takedown against Belal Muhammad won't be easy. Bisping also highlighted that Ian's skill raises a key question: whether Belal can effectively defend takedowns, especially since his fight against Jack Della Maddalena exposed some flaws in handling striking.
We talk about grappler versus striker in the main event. I mean, could you see an even bigger example of a grappler versus a striker than this one? Ian Garry, of course, he does have takedowns. He took down Michael Venom Page. He has him in his back pocket when he needs it, okay? But make no mistake, he ain't going to be trying to take down Belal Muhammad. That's just a fact. Will Belal Muhammad be able to take him down? That's the big question. Of course, against Jack Della Maddalena, he got a few takedowns, but he was beaten soundly, okay? And Jack kind of proved the blueprint.
Despite acknowledging that Belal Muhammad's fights with Jack Della Maddalena and Leon Edwards serve as a blueprint for his style, Bisping still believes it would be extremely difficult, if not impossible, for Ian Garry to take Belal down. He confidently stated that he is leaning toward Belal Muhammad to win this matchup.
And I lean towards Belal Muhammad against Ian Garry. If you look at the fight that he had against Leon Edwards, there's the blueprint there, but then he struggled against Jack Della Maddalena, so that could actually counteract what I just said. But even still, I'm leaning Belal.
Meanwhile, Belal Muhammad remains confident in his abilities. In a recent interview, he claimed that he plans to finish Ian Garry. He believes Garry talks too much, and that once he steps inside the octagon, he'll realize just how deep the waters Belal has prepared really are. Belal compared the fight to matchups like Carlos Prates versus Leon Edwards and Michael Morales versus Sean Brady, a fight that just happens and creates a statement. He also mentioned that having already fought in Abu Dhabi gives him the boost and experience needed to make things work in his favor and secure a finish over Ian Garry.
No, I gotta finish him. It's gonna be one of those fights, especially with the title fight the week before. Then you got the Morales and Brady, and you got Leon and Prates. It's gonna be one of those fights I gotta make a statement. I gotta go out there and it's gonna be a better statement just because Ian talks so much, so it's gonna make it that much sweeter when I shut his mouth. And then I put him to sleep. So I just got to put one of those performances on. And I've only fought in Abu Dhabi twice. So both those fights have been finishes and bonuses. So I plan on doing the same thing at Qatar.
The anticipation for this fight continues to grow as analysts and fans debate every possible scenario. The matchup has all the ingredients for a classic showdown: precision striking versus calculated grappling, relentless pace versus measured patience, and the clash of different fighting philosophies. Both fighters bring an impressive toolkit, and each has proven capable of adjusting on the fly when the stakes are high. This makes predicting the outcome a true challenge, keeping the entire MMA world on edge.
Ian Garry comes out. He's got this fight coming up with Belal in Qatar. And Ian first puts him over. Okay? Builds him up. This is a champion, and talks about how great he is. And then Ian comes in and he built him. I watched Garry doing this. I was watching the psychology of Garry as he builds him and talks about this champion and talks about what a great run he's had. Just to chop him down, he says, I'm going to melt him in front of your eyes. I will make him look amateur in front of your very eyes. He's going to experience speed like he's never seen. And then he tells Qatar, just a broad statement to the entire territory of Qatar.
One key factor in the build-up to this fight is the mental game. Every training camp has been scrutinized, every social media post analyzed, and every interview dissected for clues about strategy. This mental chess plays a significant role because both fighters are highly intelligent athletes who plan their attacks meticulously. The one who can maintain composure while reading their opponent's tendencies is likely to gain the upper hand. Fans are fascinated by this aspect, as it can often determine the outcome even before the physical battle begins. Another major talking point is cardio and pace management. Fighters at this level understand that the fight isn't just about 1 or 2 dominant rounds, it's about sustaining performance for the entire duration. The ability to maintain explosive output while defending against powerful counters is what separates elite fighters from the rest. Analysts predict that conditioning will be crucial, as a single lapse in stamina could open the door for a sudden turnaround. The strategic pacing each fighter employs will likely define the rhythm of the fight, adding layers of complexity to the contest.
I feel great. This camp is closing out, feeling strong, feeling ready, feeling confident. Today's more of a grappling day. We do specific stuff for the fight, positions that we're working, going live from those spots that are going to happen in the fights. So bad positioning, good positioning, and you're just learning from all of them. My favorite things from these type of sessions is just the knowledge. Anytime you get to come out of a session, learning something new, adding something to your repertoire, another weapon, another idea. That's the beautiful thing about grappling practices, right? You're supposed to get something out of it. Too many guys are safe and just trying to do what they're good at. For me, it's like learning a new technique and trying to implement that technique into practice in the session and see if it works. Final message to my fans: you're about to see the best version of me you ever seen. And my opponent, same message: bad luck.
Striking versus grappling remains a central theme in this matchup. One fighter excels at controlling distance, picking shots carefully, and exploiting opening, while the other thrives on breaking through defenses, dictating the tempo, and imposing their will on the ground. This clash of styles creates a highly dynamic contest where both offense and defense must be executed perfectly. The subtle adjustments made in the middle of the fight, whether a feint, a shift in stance, or a timing change, can swing momentum instantly. Every round is expected to provide a masterclass in strategy and skill execution. Experience in high-pressure environments also cannot be understated. Competing at the highest level requires more than just technical ability. It requires mental toughness, adaptability, and the confidence to make bold moves under scrutiny. Fighters who have navigated similar challenges in the past bring an invaluable advantage. The ability to stay calm while reading an opponent's patterns and reacting effectively can turn a close contest into a decisive victory. This is why fans and analysts alike are eagerly studying past performances differences to anticipate potential outcomes.
What do you think about this matchup between Ian and Belal?
I think it's a very different, striker, grappler, obviously. But I do think that Belal can bring that pressure if he's smart. And I think he's just going to stay so close to Ian, take that space away. And I do favor Belal to get it done.
Finally, the intangibles, determination, hunger, and heart will play a huge role. Both fighters have shown resilience and the willingness to push past adversity, which makes this matchup particularly compelling. It's not just about skills or strategy. It's about who wants it more on that night. The excitement around this fight isn't just for its technical aspects, it's for the unpredictable human element that can create unforgettable moments with so much at stake. Both athletes are poised to deliver a fight that could define their careers and leave a lasting mark on the division.
Bro, it's hard to say, I think young Garry can win, but I don't know if Belal Muhammad is strong, and it's gonna make a difference during the fight. But I think young Garry gonna win.
So that's the full breakdown of what makes this matchup one of the most anticipated fights in the division. Who do you think will come out on top? Share your predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated on all the latest fight news.